rider is a little bit braver than the others. He's still going straight. A lot of those who leave immediately and then hide between other riders, they do unfortunately slip through. But those who are a bit more brazen, they tend to be apprehended. Now ideally you'd be able to catch everything, but it's just not the reality on the road. You can't catch everything, especially when there's just so many, and then they mingle between other riders. What you tend to see in this area is as soon as the riders get to the top of the hill there, if they see an enforcer or if they see a group of enforcers especially, that's the time they'll leave the bus lane. And in fact, if we zoom in now, I won't be surprised if you'll see a MC come over the top and then suddenly leave the bus lane. Yeah, see that? Just watch. The moment he sees enforcers, he crosses the line, right? That rider surely is going to be apprehended, right? Came down much further than the others. Look, he put himself all the way on the inside to try and avoid the enforcers. Now that doesn't mean that there aren't also cars that misuse the bus lane. There are, even trucks. But the majority are really motorcycle. See, look. Just MC after MC after MC. The thing is, with the flyovers and tunnels, you need a lot of enforcers. If you just put one or two there, it's no good because of the number of people that fail to stop or run away. So you need huge groups, and they just don't have enough to cover all of the busways, like 40 kilometers north-south, and just look at how many violators there are. Here's an idea of what it looks like from the other side. Actually, a moment ago there were a lot more motorcycles, but I used my cell phone to record that video, so there's a lot of people that comment, why is it mostly motorcycles that you're apprehending? Are they picking on them? That's what they're insinuating. It's really just that motorcycles are the #1 violator of the EDSA Busway, and that's why there's a lot more MC being apprehended. Look behind this bus. They haven't seen the enforcers yet because they're too close to the bus. Now they're all going to leave. One of the things that riders or even drivers will say is, I'm just riding the line, or I was just overtaking. But everybody would want to overtake the morning rush hour, right? That's why they're apprehending them, because it's really meant to be a bus lane. One of the other comments I regularly see is, why don't you put someone at the beginning of the busway? There is no beginning. There's around 40 kilometers of busway on EDSA north-south, multiple openings for emergency vehicles to get in and out. And of course, there's no barriers on the flyovers or tunnels because they had to be removed for safety reasons. So it's not as simple as just putting an enforcer at the start. And even if they put an enforcer further along, I can already tell you what would happen because I've seen it many times before. When they wave the person out of the bus lane, they will leave. But once they get past the enforcer, they go back inside the bus lane. And that's why they issue tickets, because the ticket acts as a deterrent from doing the same thing again and again and again. When they just wave people away from the bus lane, they immediately go back inside again. That's the reality. It seems like the guy on the blue keeps turning his wheel to the right, even though they're pushing him to the left. You have to be really careful. It's very easy for a motorcycle to suddenly whoosh. Now, of course, since these enforcers are deputized by LTO, they will confiscate the driver's license. So aside from the financial penalty, it's also going to waste your time, which is a pretty big deterrent, to be honest. At least it's nice to see the buses beating the traffic. That's the whole idea, right? Make public transport more comfortable, more convenient, faster, so that people don't feel the need to buy more and more cars congesting up the roads, right? The busway is a great way to decongest the road. You can get more and more people using it. And like I mentioned in a recent video, there is an announcement from the president that they will expand and extend the EDSA carousel route. There's a couple more riders they flagged down here. Obviously there's no plate on the back, so this is one of those cases where obviously NCAP wouldn't help you. Now, aside from enforcement, you may also have seen many posts about these guys apprehending undesirables, let's put it like that. For example, last night, see that? They guided him or waved at him to pull to the side, but he suddenly went over to the inside instead. Anyway, they got that rider to the side now. What I was going to say is that there was an incident last night with a gentleman that had a knife and a second pointy object, and then obviously he was taken to the police station. They also catch snatchers and all kinds of things. It's really helpful to have them here in the busway because wherever there's a lot of people, it attracts a lot of criminals. Now, I'm not going to say that that guy last night is a criminal. That's for the justice system to determine. But I'm just saying that historically, they have helped to keep commuters safe on EDSA. Look, the moment they see the enforcers, zoom, I'm gone. Many people have said to increase the penalties. I think the penalty is already at a good level. I think a lot of people are scared of the heavy penalty. But the reality is a lot of people don't expect to get apprehended, especially on the flyovers and the tunnels, because they know it's very difficult for enforcers to apprehend you there. So that motorcycle will exit through that emergency opening that's intended for ambulances and things like that. Same with that MC. There's a lot of HPG over there. Based on what one of their big bosses said recently, their new graduates have been assigned to the EDSA Busway. So that's why you see a lot of HPG here. There's 2 MC taxis flagged down now, and actually that's something you'll see a lot early in the morning. Personally, I'm a big supporter of legalizing and regulating MC taxis. It provides a good livelihood for the rider. It's really convenient for commuters as long as it's safe. That's the problem, right? If you go inside the bus lane, it's not safe. There's one more rider they flagged down. He nearly managed to get through. I assume they're going to try and flag down the guy with the red helmet and then the white stripe on his top. He went quite far along the bus lane. They'll just ask for the license, ORCR. I haven't seen any 4-wheels yet today, except obviously ambulances and other authorized vehicles, well, potentially authorized. I just saw a yellow motorcycle, a red helmet, coming down pretty much in the middle of the bus lane. Enforcers must have seen it. See that? The way the MC suddenly cut across. That's why people keep complaining. Because they fly along the bus lane and they suddenly cut across in front of cars. Sometimes people say they hit my wing mirror, they hit the side of the car, they ran away. It's a constant complaint. There's an MC behind this bus. Probably hasn't seen the enforcers yet because it's too close to the bus. There you go. Bright blue jacket, that makes it very easy for the enforcers to see him. Just to give you an idea of why the busway is so effective, just look at this, how many people will get onto this bus. Bear in mind there's already a lot of passengers inside also. So they're going to fill up that bus with how many people? 50, could even be 60. And then watch the way that it breezes through traffic. This is a question that sometimes comes up. How about people with mobility issues? Typically they're helped across road level, and that's what you see the HPG are doing there, assisting that lady to safely cross. It's not a frequent thing, but it is something that they have to do now and then to really assist people.